Okay, so I'm gonna make this short and sweet. I'm not gonna be on here long. Hello, Pierre. Hello, young boy Jay. Hello, Eli. Hello, Kayla. Josh. Janelle. I'm sorry. And Sasha. Okay, so this show was obviously to set up Vengeance Day. It's pretty simple, to the point. Um, some of this show was not worth watching. Case in point, Lola Vice and Elektra Lopez's match was boring. Mainly on Lola's part, if I'm being 100% honest. Elektra was trying to give it a little bit more, and Lola was basically just trying to look pretty. Um, I don't get it. I don't understand the hype of her. I don't understand it, but apparently she's somebody they want to strap the rocket to. I don't understand. I would have put the title on Elektra before I put it on Lola, and it's starting to believe me to believe that she's gonna try and cash in, and she's gonna end up losing when she does. So I don't know. It'll be the first time a contract was used and it was failed, but somebody got to do it. So if I had to give this match a rating, I give it a 4 out of 10. It wasn't worth watching if I'm being fair. These two had a lot of heat between the two of them, but once they got in the ring to actually display that heat, it started off pretty hot with Elektra, but then it fizzled out as the match continued on, and it just was mediocre. It wasn't fun. The show started off very hot though, with this match between Trick and Mello and LWO. They were very, very good right out the gate. Solid match between the two teams. Wonderful spots for Cruz and Joaquin, and they had a beautiful spot with Carmelo on Cruz. Trick hit him with that high knee. It was all business for them all the way through. They was able to get themselves together later on in the match, and later on in the show, they was able to come to an understanding and be on the same page. We'll see how that plays out later. But this match was my favorite match by far of the whole night. It was so much fun to watch. Definitely a classic. You should go back and watch it. I'm sad that LWO didn't get the W and couldn't go forward. I'm really getting tired of them not being able to be seen the way that they should. And while I love Trick and Carmelo as competitors and as characters, I really want a solid tag team to win the Dusty Cup because that's what it's for. And I want LWO to finally get those tag team titles. They should have got them when they were in Legado del Fantasma, and they definitely should deserve to have them now. They're one of the best tag teams on all of the rosters. Their cohesiveness is unmatched. Joaquin is great. Cruz is amazing. Their high flying capabilities are off the charts. Like, I feel like these two are extremely underrated and underutilized in the WWE, and they deserve bigger and better than what they've been getting. For sure, for sure. Okay. Um, Hold on a second. I got a few other pictures I gotta upload for this show. All right. So, like I said before, Lola Vice bum ass won her match with Elektra Lopez. It was boring, it was mediocre, and it was completely unnecessary. And the boys was able to capture the win, and move on to the finals of the Dusty Cup, and that's gonna happen this Sunday at Vengeance Day. Now we got a little glimpse as to Joe Gacy and Dijak seem to be having this little powwow in the back where Dijak sulks and festers. This turned into a fight between the two of them. They ended up fighting in the back, and they ended up fighting in the parking lot, standing on one of the top of those crates, and he kicked Joe Gacy off the crate. I'm assuming later on Joe Gacy was able to recover and show up, AJ. And then they had a battle where they're supposed to have, is it at Vengeance Day where they're gonna have a no disqualification?
Yeah, they were. She was literally outside talking to him, talking about some. You talk about you want to know disqualification match after what you just did, so you give me no choice but to suspend you. He's like, I'm not going to give you no match after this. Joe Gacy literally comes up out the garbage, stuff in his hair, leaf in his mouth. I was DQ, no DQ. That sounds fun. I'm in, and then he just fall back in the thing.
Okay, wow, that's gross. But there is a no disqualification match. Austin sauce.
Excuse me.
Anywhoosies. So that happened. And to make matters even worse, Andre Chase was out there crying and, very distraught, obviously. Still ain't got a haircut. And everybody was dressed in black, mourning the loss of Chase U. Chase U was dead in the water when this show started, but as the show progressed, according to JC Jane, leave it to a woman to fix all the problems, in which she's actually right for once. Okay. JC Jane created a calendar for Chase U, and this calendar and the projected sales for this calendar are set to save Chase U and provide them with working money or working capital, as they put it, to be able to progress and move forward as a school, and of course to stay in NXT. And of course, Andre Chase was extremely happy, and he said that JC Jane was accepted into Chase U. She is there. He wants her there. He needs her there. And it seems like everything is all in well and beautiful in Chase U, but I don't trust that bitch. She always got an ace in the hole. There is always a plan with her. Something in the milk ain't clean, and I don't like it. But I'm gonna keep my nose out of that. I'm gonna just keep my ears real close to the streets, because I feel like some shit is gonna go down here. Yeah. Anyways, so that happened. All right. The show progressed and moved on. We had Fallon going up against Ariana Grace today, to which Fallon ended up losing due to Lash's interference in the match, along with Jakara. Ren Sinclair was out there with her, but because she's acting like a noob, she really wasn't much of help to Fallon, and Fallon ended up getting kicked in the face, which it was just really. I'll put it this way. Lash was late because you could tell Fallon was waiting for her to come out there, because she turned around. Jakara had already distracted the referee. Lash messed this up because it's just something about it was awkward. Something about it didn't feel right. And I was just like, what is she? Why she is turning around twice? What are you waiting on? And then Lash showed up and was able to kick her in the face. My problem with that is it was just piss poorly done. And it was on Lash's fault. It was Lash's fault on that one. She was not on time. She missed her cue, and that caused that to look weird on Fallon's part. However, Fallon sold it. She was able to get in the ring, and Ariana Grace was able to pick up the win. For the most part, the match between the two women was pretty decent. It wasn't a bad match at all. It just ended in a weird way. And Lash was the one who was the problem here, is the best way to explain it. She was late. She missed that cue, and it fucked everything up. But she was able to get what she wanted. She was able to get the girls, take out Fallon. Ren Sinclair wasn't much of a help, and Fallon ended up suffering a loss to Ariana Grace. Whatever. Earlier in the show, Roxanne Perez went up against Tatum Paxley, to which the two of them actually had a fairly decent match as well. It wasn't earth shattering, but it was okay. For the most part, Roxanne was able to hear her pop rocks and the match was over. But Tatum had a pretty decent showing against Roxanne. It was pretty solid on her end. Tatum obviously is severely obsessed and fascinated with Lyra Valkyria. And once the match was over, Roxanne began to attack Tatum because Tatum attempted to attack her. Lyra came in for the save, and it looked like they was about to fight, to which I would have said, go off, sis, do that. But they decided to have a little standoff and stare each other down and basically prove to each other that, tell each other that they're going to win at NXT Vengeance, and we'll save all of this for Vengeance. If I had to give the match a rating, I don't know. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. I thought it was okay. It wasn't bad, it wasn't earth shattering. It was a decent match, though, especially to follow up behind Trick, Carmelo, and LWO's match, which I would give a 10 out of 10, hands down. Also, it's like Eddie Guerrero moment where Vicky was supposed to come in and he was screaming, "Where the fuck was Vicky in that custody match?" Similar to that, but Fallon obviously didn't make it be known that she was coming. But because Jakara came out there, it was obvious that Lash was coming, but Lash was late. We talking, it was at least some seconds going by, and it seemed really long. And she kept looking back, and when she looked back, Lash still had made it to her on time. She was just standing there staring at her. When you get the opportunity, if you can, it should be up on Twitter, on WWE's Twitter, or their NXT Twitter. Actually, you should go over there and look and see if you can find the clip, because you'll see what I mean. It was very delayed, like Lash wasn't ready, and I don't understand what the hell she was doing back there, but she wasn't ready. We also had a match between what was the next match? It had a match between Von Wagner and Noam Dar, right?
Yeah.
But there was another match that happened on the show. Hold on.
That's what you were just talking about.
Yeah, that was Fallon's match, Roxanne's match, the Chase U thing. And then Lexis King went up against Ridge Holland. That was the match. Hated this match. It was boring. There really wasn't much to it. I hated it. I did. I don't like it. I don't like the angle they have with Ridge Holland. I feel like they could just book Ridge Holland to be a powerhouse. He could be a heel or a face, but it is so unnecessary. You're not going to be able to turn Ridge into some type of savior hero with this particular storyline. You could have let it kind of play out and utilize the fact that, but it was just so tasteless and tacky to double down on the injuries that have been happening when it comes to Ridge Holland. It's not right. And that was a piss poor call on Shawn Michaels' part. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. This match between Lexis King and Ridge Holland happened because Ridge Holland was begging Ava, the current general manager, to give him a match with Gallus, all three of them. She declined because she said, as the general manager, she has to protect him from himself. He said he would be fine. He just wants the match. He just needs to be able to get his hands on them. And she refused. Lexis King then shows up with a gift basket of all his merchandise for Ava, and then says that he has a meeting to talk with her about what the plans are for the King in 2024. And she was just like, we don't have a meeting, but you know what? Since you're in here, you can have a match with Ridge Holland tonight. They had the match. It was a match. Gallus came in and attacked, and basically, like some ravenous dogs, took him out. Not only that, but Lexis King was working on Ridge Holland's knee majority of the match, and this cost Ridge Holland the match after Gallus beat the hell out of him after Lexis King lost. It just, it just was an unnecessary match. It gets a 2 out of 10 for me. It wasn't worth watching, and I don't care about the storyline when it comes to Ridge Holland and Gallus. It's a stupid storyline. You could have had him come in any way, shape, or form. But just as much as people hate Ridge Holland, they fucking hate Gallus too. So none of this makes any sense. None of it. I just hate it. I hate it all. I'm just like, please find something else to do. Please. Noam Dar went up against Von Wagner in the Heritage Cup. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't watch this match. I went in my bedroom to try to organize my drawers. I did not watch this match. I don't care because I knew Noam Dar's ass was gonna win.
Yes, you did.
But he ended up putting Oro Mensah through a table. Is that what happened at the end?
Because after they won,
they was picking at the kids that was out there cheering for Von.
So
Von didn't like it.
He was finna put Noam Dar through, but or Mr. being the guinea pig
got in the way and put him through a table.
Yep.
Okay, whatever. Oro Mensah always getting put through a table. I hope he get paid enough money for all the ass whoopings that he be taking. Cause he just be getting his ass whooped. And I whatever. Anyway, moving on to Ilya and Trick Williams. Now I heard Trick Williams basically accused Ilya of playing mind games with him, giving him a match, knowing he had the Vengeance Day match with Carmelo. And Trick was just like, I'm sick of the bullshit. All of this is going to end at Vengeance Day, and I'm done with everything. I'm tired. To his credit, we tired too, bitch. Like, we're tired too. We're tired of all y'all shit. We tired of the stretching. We tired of the merry-go-rounds. We sick of the, if you want to be a villain, let's make a villain deal today. We tired of all of that. We tired of all of that. Bitch, press your luck. Do something. We tired. I can't wait till bitches day so they can get this shit off, bitch. I'm ready. Let it go. God damn. I'm exhausted. Now, I know Ilya denied setting Trick up. But what did he say after that? Because I didn't get to hear everything.
He said he denied setting them up. I could be playing my games, but I can clearly see that you are not focused. Trick told him, no, you got it wrong. I am focused. And he said, okay. And I can see it in your eyes that you're going to write history, just not the history that you want. So when he went to Trick said something else to him and was like, well, said something, I can't remember what he said. But best man win. Trick stuck out his hand.
I heard him say may the best man win.
He shook his hand and then he pulled him in like he did Corbin. But before he could say anything, Trick realized what was going on. He put his arms out. He pulled them away from him. And right as he pulled them away, that's when Braun and Baron Corbin ran in the ring and attacked Trick. Carmelo came out to help him out.
I heard that part. And then what?
And essentially that's how it went off.
They went off with them fighting?
They fought. They both kicked them out the ring. And it went off with them standing in the ring. I'm sorry. And then when Ilya got up, stood in front of Trick, raised the belt up. They're having they little staring down, and then you see Carmelo behind Trick with the "you just ate ass" face.
Okay. Yeah. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
So
whatever. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, because I didn't watch that part. I was in the room doing my stuff. But anyways, Vengeance is Monday. It's Sunday. It is going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. The match card is as follows. Oh yeah, OTM out the mud, and the family had their little vignettes, and I need them to get rid of scripts. Okay? I need them to get rid of scripts. He's unnecessary. There's no reason for him to be there anymore. They have Jada Parker, and quite frankly, it's even odds when you've got the three in the group. Now, I don't know what exactly they're going to do with the family. If they add a fourth in the family, cool. If they don't, they don't. Honestly, if they're going to keep scripts in OTM, I would add, what's the name? The lawyer dude, Lucia. Is that his name? What's his name?
I was talking about the new dude that was in the breakout tournament.
Yeah, he was in the breakout tournament.
Come on, add him to the family.
Yep. What is his name? Is it Luciano or some shit like
Something
that?
like that. I can't remember.
I can't think of his name. But it's the lawyer dude that's in NXT. I think his name is Crucifino. It might be. Let me look his name up because I swear he has.
Just look up the breakout tournament for this year and chill pop.
Hold on. Let's see. It was for 2023, right? Or was it the men? No, it was 2023. Um. Okay. Let me see. That was the first one, second, third, and then the men's. Yeah, it's Luca Crucifino. That's his name. I was calling him Lucia. So his name is Luca Crucifino. If I were them, I would have Luca Crucifino join the family. Cause I mean, you always need a dirty lawyer. And then I would then you can let Script stay if you want to, but honestly, I'd get rid of his ass too. And I would go find homeboy with the glasses. Go get homeboy with the glasses. Have him hook up with Jada. Let Jada tell him he need to get his shit together. You can't be out here acting like no scrub. And if he want to be still be a little, a little bit of a nerd and then turn to a fucking monster, cool. You can also go get Tavion Heights to join OTM. That would work for me. Um, but they can expand this to where it's not just them four. But I would immediately get rid of Scripps. He is unnecessary. Anyways, OTM is going up against the family. I would give the W to OTM just so OTM can get some traction. The family is already the champions. They're not defending the titles against them. So them suffering a loss isn't going to make things bad for them. However, I have a sneaking suspicion that the family probably is going to win and Adriana is going to be able to get her first W. But I would give it to OTM. I'm going to stick with OTM on this one. OTM is going to be my pick to win this match at Vengeance Day. Moving into the tournament, the finals of the tournament, Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker seem to very much be on the same page and have made it very clear that they're going after Trick and Carmelo with everything they got. Trick and Carmelo are going to try their best to hold it together to go up against the brooding crew of Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin. Unnecessarily good together.
The Wolf Dogs.
Ugh, gross. Unnecessarily good together as a tag team.
Twice.
He did not.
He did.
Ugh. Ugh. Anyways, the boys are going to be fighting and we'll see. I suspect that Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker will be the winners of this tournament. Nobody's been talking about them as of lately. All the attention has been on Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes. And because of that, I feel like they're going to sneak in and steal this one away from them. Moving on, the next title to be defended, or the first title to be defended, more than likely, will be the North American Championship. After LWO lost to Carmelo and Trick, Obafemi attacked both of them knowing that they were very close to Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee came in to try to get the save, but he ended up getting literally smacked out of the air. And Obafemi just showed his brawn and his power. Hopefully, at Vengeance Day, Obafemi will retain his North American Championship and he'll move on to a different opponent. We'll see who that opponent is going to be. Moving on to the final two bouts in this particular PLE, the Women's NXT Championship is being contested by Roxanne Perez. Like I said earlier, she had a match with Tatum Paxley, who was thoroughly obsessed with Lyra Valkyria. And although Lyra has made it very clear that she doesn't need or want her help, it seems that Tatum isn't going anywhere anytime soon. I suspect that in this match, the only way Lyra will retain is because Tatum is going to interfere. And in this interference, it's going to cause Roxanne to go over the edge. And I want to see how that's going to play out for Roxanne. But we'll wait and see. The final match, and probably one of the most anticipated matches of the night, is Ilya Dragunov versus Trick Williams. Trick Williams has been waiting and waiting for the opportunity that he earned at the Iron Survivor Challenge to be able to challenge Ilya Dragunov for his NXT Men's Championship. Meanwhile, his friend Carmelo Hayes has been battling between his own jealousy and insecurity of his friend's historic rise, and of course, him trying to regain some semblance of glory by getting those tag team titles. All of that has become a distraction for Trick and his goal to get Ilya Dragunov's title, to which Ilya Dragunov recognizes wholeheartedly. And he made it very clear that if he doesn't focus and make sure that he comes at him with everything he's got, he's gonna lose, and he will be at the bottom of the barrel once again, clawing his way back up to the top. Trick doesn't see it that way. He feels like at Vengeance Day, he's gonna make history. He's gonna be on his way to getting a tag team title, and he's also gonna be the NXT Men's Champion. Now, I don't know if he's gonna have both. But the way I would book it, I would have Trick Williams beat Ilya Dragunov. Not because I don't want Ilya to be champion, but for the sheer fact that it would stick in Carmelo Hayes' craw. And I would have them lose the Dusty Cup tournament. And I would make sure that Trick would eat the pin on that. Specifically, again, so it could cause more discord between Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. I would have him drop his title, Ilya drop his title to Trick. He would challenge Trick again for those titles. For his title, he would lose. And at NXT Stand and Deliver, Carmelo Hayes would make it known that he's coming after Trick Williams for that title. Or you can make it a triple threat and have all three men competing in that championship. It's totally up to you. But me personally, in the end, Trick Williams will be standing tall as the NXT champion. That's how I would book it. So there you have it. My picks for NXT Vengeance Day are Trick Williams, Obafemi, Lyra Valkyria, Baron and Braun, and OTM. Now, tomorrow is Freestyle Wednesday. I will be back on tomorrow and we'll go over this again if you would like to. We'll also talk about the possibilities of WrestleMania and what's going to happen leading into Elimination Chamber, especially after the events of Monday. I will see you guys then. Thank y'all for coming. Have a good night.